Hi, and welcome back to the Miami Real Estate Podcast. I'm your host, Omar De Windt. Today, I'm coming to you live from the Artefacto showroom in beautiful Coral Gables, joined by the one and only Paulo Bacchi. Paulo, how are you?
Thank you for coming again, Omar, in my flagship store.
Paulo, we're here today because for more than 45 years, Artefacto has been one of the leading purveyors of luxury lifestyle in South Florida.
Correct.
Earlier this year, you brought something new to us, and that was the first branded residence by Artefacto in the United States.
That's correct.
That's Origin Residences, right, by Artefacto. And so we wanted to talk about that exciting project and what led you to that. So if you could take me from the top, Paulo, what is Origin Residences and what makes it so unique?
It's a combination of facts that brought me to have the first branded residence by Artefacto. So my father started the company as a very important high-end furniture in Brazil 46 years ago.
Wow.
And 22 years ago, I took over the business, and I had two options. Or I would go popular, or I would elevate the brand to compete with the best of the best in the world. And I opted for this route, So we had a whole process of glamorization of our branding, bringing it to the next level, hiring the best designers in the world for our furniture, upgrading the quality of our products. All our products now we have 5-year warranty, no matter what. So these facts brought us to the top of the La Creme, So Artefacto opened its first store here in 2002, and we opened in a way that different from everybody else. Nobody had inventory. Nobody had the service of delivering the same week high-end products. So we opened our first store here in Coral Gables, different than everybody else. So we always like to be different from the rest.
Right.
And so this was a huge success. And especially in 2008, 2009, the crisis came, and we worked with developers to furnish hundreds of units here in South Florida that needed furniture for the Brazilian wave.
Right. That was a big wave in a way. Yeah.
The Brazilians saved Miami in 2009, 2010, 2011. That's true. And I was holding hands with the best developers in town at that time, furnishing apartments for Brazilians. And this brought us to a great relationship with the world of real estate development. And then observing the beginning of branded towers all over the world, I said, why not? We have a great brand. So I started with the first tower in Brazil five years ago, in the south of Brazil, the first Artefacto towers.
That was CK Towers?
Yes, CK Towers in Camboriú, which is our Dubai in Brazil, the south of Brazil. And it sold 75% of units in 2 weeks.
Wow.
And the moment that they had the event of the groundbreaking, 98% of the units were sold because of our brand.
Right. Talk about the power of brand, huh?
That's correct. So everybody wants a brand. Why they want a brand? Because everybody wants a storyteller. They want to tell their friends, oh, I'm going to live on this building because of this or that. But Artefacto brings not only let's say, a nouveau riche, a sensation of having a product, but in the real estate, it brings us a quality on the design, quality on the interior design, and on the products per se. So they know when they buy Artefacto Tower, it's going to be well furnished, will be well presented, and that's a plus. So we had a huge success with the first Artefacto Tower in south of Brazil. Then came São Paulo. So in the epicenter of São Paulo, or Manhattan, in front of my flagship store, we did the Artefacto Towers by Halborg. 21 premium units sold for the record pricing in Brazil, and they all sold out. And then came Alicia Cervera and introduced me this great group from Chile. And they said, why not? Now it's time to do the first Artefacto Tower. Alicia and we were talking about having the Artefacto Tower here for more than 10 years. And came to a point that we found the boutique building I was looking for. I didn't want like a 300 apartment. I want a boutique because we could control the quality. We could work together with the developer. And I always want an environment with marina on the water, and we could get it. So Artefacto, origin by Artefacto, it's amazing, selling very well. We're more than 50% sold, very quick, and we're very close to the groundbreaking, which is
It's an exciting time for any project, huh?
Yeah. And it's gonna be a very cool building because it has a rooftop that has the sunrise, sunset, all the views. The apartments are well thought about. The use, they're very light, they're very bright. There's a lot of sunshine. So, and I'm very happy with the result of this first experience with Artefacto here in South Florida.
Absolutely. And tell me a little bit more about Bay Harbor Islands. What makes that a unique place to live, and maybe what speaks to the Brazilian and the international clientele that we'll call Origin home?
Yes. What I like about Bay Harbor are several facts. First, it's in the between Bay Harbor and Ventura. Brazilians love that flow of movements, the beaches and everything. But most important, Bay Harbor was considered the best public schools in South Florida. So that's something that was very interesting, especially because this building is not only meant for tourists, but also for residents. You know, there's a big wave of Brazilians moving into Florida. So these buildings are bringing families.
Right.
And they need to put their kids in school.
Right.
And consider the best public school in South Florida, Bay Harbor Island. I mean, this is a plus, right?
It's a destination.
It's a destination, no? And the environment of having your boat in your building is like having a house in a marina.
Right.
You know? So this movement is very interesting. So all these facts brought me to invite probably one of the coolest interior designers that I know, which is Carla Gilliam.
Right.
So Carla Gilliam is a Brazilian born, and she lived in Italy, she lived abroad, and then she moved to Miami around 6 or 7 years ago, I'm not sure. But she's super talented, great energy, great design, and she just won the prize of the best yacht interior designer on the world. I mean, so the combination of, you know, Brazilian brand with a Brazilian interior designer, the marina component, I said, that's the person I would like to invite to be the interior designer of the project. And this matched very well. The results are phenomenal. And the integration with the, you know, the water and the marina component with the residents is amazing. She did this transition extremely well. And I'm very glad that she was chosen for this project.
It's a perfect fit with all those elements that you mentioned. And tell me about the buyers that find it to be a perfect fit for them. What is the buyer experience like purchasing at a Origin by Artefacto building?
Well, first of all, I believe they have the best cost benefit in the market. I mean, they have a building on the water, on the environment of Surfside, Bay Harbor. That whole area can be a combination of one, but they have different names. But the area that everybody loves, and it's a very, very fair price. How the developers doing, and most important, the developers delivering the unit finished with flooring, lighting, and everything. So basically, each unit receives a percentage of the unit in Artefacto credit, so they could brand it as a furnished and finished residence.
And as by buying there, I understand then the owners get to work with Carla. They get a credit back to the amazing Artefacto collection, and they can work together. Right? Tell me about that.
There's only 27 residents, you know? And so it's a very unique experience. We can be a one-to-one. I asked the developer to meet all the buyers so we can talk to them, see what their needs are, what's their lifestyle is, and everything. And Carla Gilliam, as interior designer, we gave to each client some hours for them to interact with Carla to see how she can help with the product choosing and finishing, everything that the developer gives you.
Paulo, I know that I understand that your twin sons are very active in the building.
They are.
Tell me about, or in the business, I should say. Tell me about what it's like working with multiple generations.
It's amazing, and it's a challenge in the same way, no? So my father, as I told you, opened our company 46 years ago in Brazil. 21 years ago, I opened the first showroom here in the United States. And their challenge is to make their own name. You know, so they have the beauty of having experience of two generations guiding them, but they always have the pressure that they have to do their own thing, you know. So we decided that Middle East is going to be their thing. So that's new. So we just signed the lease for their first showroom that belongs to Pietro and Bruno, the third generation, in Dubai.
Congratulations.
Yes. So we are going this week to organize the opening and everything, but they're gonna have, just as I had here, the most important, the largest, and well located furniture store in Dubai, which is the epicenter for the Middle East. Not only the Emirates, but probably the most important market in the world for furniture is going to be Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia is spending $3 trillion in real estate because they want to generate tourism and residents in Saudi Arabia. So there's a whole market, and furniture in high-end needs a market that's growing.
Right.
It's building new residents and new housing and everything. So they're going to be like I was here 20 years ago in Miami, which was the booming city of the United States as it is now. And they're going to be in Middle East doing their own thing, you know.
So it's almost 20 years later, pioneering in a new market that is
It's exactly the same thing. 20 years ago, nobody in Miami had inventory. And nobody in Dubai has inventory. So we're going to enter the same thing. Quality, good pricing, great design with instant gratification. So they're going to have luxury delivered in 1 week, as I had here. So it's going to be their biggest differential, and service.
That's amazing. And well, so going back to 20 years ago, Artefacto pioneered, in addition to that instant gratification, right, there was that look that is so in demand, even right now with the neutrals, the layers, organic materials. What makes that so appealing?
I think it's all about the senses, the 5 senses. People want to have, they want to feel at home. They want to feel like in their cocoon. They want to feel like when they get home, it's their paradise, it's their oasis, And I believe we understood the market very well. The tropicalism of Miami mixed with all these European cultures and American and Latin American and everything. And our collection brings this. It's a mix of experiences, a mix of cultures. And as I told you before, Artefacto has this great line, which is a mix of Italian design with the chicness of the French, the minimalism of the Japanese, and the Brazilian spice. So this mix brings this mix brings our collection to every single home that we did, and people have a great feeling about it.
And tell me, well, before I get to my next question, so I imagine this is going to be the look you bring into Dubai.
Correct.
And is that something that they currently, is that something you find there now, or are you introducing something new, would you say?
Listen, when I opened the first showroom in Miami 20 years ago, there was nothing like us. And there's nobody like us in Dubai as well, So we're going to put there our style.
Sure.
We're going to implement our philosophy of coolness and Artefacto attitude, how we interact. And I'm quite sure we're going to be very successful. Remember, 20 years ago, there was no internet. In a way that social media brings multicultural in your phone.
Right.
So people are more educated. Right. People have more information than before.
Sure.
And I think that the core, in a way, today is globalized. So I believe we're bringing the right collection to the right place at the right time.
Absolutely. I wish you the best of luck with that. I'm sure it's going to be a huge success.
It'll be a biggest challenge, but I think Pietro and Bruno together, they're going to succeed.
Tell me, Paulo, about every year you have a new collection.
Correct.
Right? Tell me about this year's collection, Alchemy.
So Alchemy brings, as I told you, every year we are upgrading our collection to be able to fight with the best of the best in the world, especially the Italians, So Alchemy, we raise it 2 steps on the bar. It's super, super cool collection. Very elegant, very curvy, very organic, and same way, very, very chic. What the new collection we're gonna launch here in Art Basel, I'm gonna give you a little preview, is the Carla Gillian Marine and Outdoor Collection, which we just launched in Brazil. We're gonna bring here to Art Basel. So this collection brings a collection for mega yachts or your beautiful mansion or residence here on the ocean.
Amazing. And so is this, speaking of back to Carla and this collection, will that be featured at Origin as well? Or
Correct. Was made for Origin. Was made for the common areas of Origin, and it's going to be exclusive with the Origin for any other area in the building.
Excellent. Let me see here. Paulo, tell me, wrapping it up here, because I know you're a busy man, what is the future of home design, in your opinion?
I think the world changes, Today 10 years ago, everything was square. Now everything's curvy. And I think we have to follow what's going on in the world of arts. The whole world is about arts. Our name is Artefacto. So it's all about art. And art is going to implement what's the future in decor, in fashion, in design, in every single field. So we are studying what's going on with design per se. But most important is comfort. People want to have comfort. People want to feel that they bought the right piece because they can stay there for hours and not only a sculpture.
I like that. Final thoughts, I guess. Take me back to Origin by Artefacto. Final thoughts for those out there. What do you want people to know about the building and why they should live there?
It's going to be super chic. I mean, what Carla, Gillian, and I worked in interiors together, when you're going to have the wow factor. The moment that you open the entrance door, is going to be wow, wow, wow. It's going to be several layers of wow, because that's what Artefacto was hired for, to give this experience at the first building here, because we want to replicate in other areas.
I love that.
Yeah.
Paulo, while we have you here, is there anything else I didn't ask you that you want me to ask, or any other things you want to talk about?
Oh, I would like to invite everybody who did not come to our flagship store here in Coral Gables. It's located on 101 South Dixie Highway. It's a monument for design. Was designed by Domo Architecture, probably one of the best firms here in Miami. It's a sensorial experience. You have all the 5 senses, and please come so you can check it out in our new collection.
Paulo, thank you for being here today.
It's always a pleasure.
Wishing you the best of luck with Origin, with the Dubai expansion. I know you guys are opening an outlet in Orlando, another announcement there, and just all the best for you in the future.
Thank you, Omar. Thanks for coming. Thank you.